Okay, Mr. Powell, first question. I don't know how to gently land this question,
Okay.
but we were surprised that the Navy SEALs, Filipino Naval SEALs, were used in those supply missions to the PRP Sierra Madre. What's happening? Is there a feud, or is there a? I understand that the National Security Council was not aware of this move.
Well, I can't speak to what the National Security Council knew or didn't know. It's not surprising, or wouldn't be surprising, if there are differences of opinion in any cabinet, right? And that's what you'd expect in the cabinet. I can understand to some degree, the desire to mix it up, to do something different, because I think, over time there was a sense that the Philippines was doing the same thing over and over again and getting the same result.
Not working, in short.
Right.
We're talking about measured transparency.
Well, it's not just the transparency. It's the actual, the way that the ships would go and approach the shoal, where that they would meet the supply boats. All of these things, there was a certain sameness to them, and I think that there was probably some desire to be able to do something different, to see if they couldn't sort of, try a little extra stealth, a little extra speed, something different to change it up. Now, obviously the result was not what anybody wanted, but it was different.
Mr. Cabalsa, are you on the line?
Yes. Actually,
yes,
about
sir.
that question. Yeah, about that question. Originally, when we talk about a resupply mission, it's actually a military mission.
Okay.
That's the reason why we have seen the Navy there. It just so happened that first we are giving more emphasis now to the Philippine Coast Guard, because of course when we talk about the West Philippine Sea, we would want to see the role of police power. That's the reason why we are empowering the Philippine Coast Guard, because issues surrounding the West Philippine Sea should be a civilian issue and not a military issue.
So are we seeing a question for both of you? We're seeing a difference in approaches and a difference in policy, at least in insights, from the NEC side and from the DND side. Is that what we're seeing right now?
Well, I think certainly, specifically with respect to transparency, there was a difference here, right? There were not embedded reporters. There were not immediate. We didn't see the footage immediately. It took a little while for all that to come out. So the transparency thing was different. And again, I can't speak as to why that was, but perhaps it had to do with operational security. Perhaps it may have something to do with the concern about.
Maybe SEALs don't travel with cameras.
Not usually. Not usually. Now there were cameras around, but no, they don't.
Not reporters.
Exactly.
Okay.
So embedded reporters and Navy SEALs are not the usual pairing. But I think that the real question is, has this sort of shown us what the limits are? Go ahead.
Yeah.
What the limits are to what the Philippines is able to do with this type of resupply mission, and whether it needs to begin to explore some broader options.
Okay. Did it work?
Well,
Plan B?
Clearly it didn't. It did not appear to produce a successful resupply, at least from what we've seen, right? And clearly we can't keep having that kind of a result. I'm speaking as simply an observer, right? So I think that we are certainly at an inflection point.
An inflection point.
Yep.
Is it a dangerous inflection point?
Sure.